have your job that much longer. Tommy Wood at Middleton, Palmaholic. The officiating crew. Wood ready to send it up between Bowie and Robinson. And we'll do it again. Spurs lead this all-time series in the NBA 32-8. 19 of 20 they've won in this building in the NBA history of the series, including the last 11 dating back to February of 1980.
Well, as we get started, a couple of old, there's a backdoor back pick by Terry Cummings and a lob probably to Sean Elliott, but there's a couple of old ABA fans out there. Eddie Middleton is here reffing the game tonight, an old ABA official, and they just made a presentation to Fritz Matzman, who is a long time coach of the trainer for the New Jersey Nets. This is his last trip into San Antonio. He's retiring.
Almost a shooter's hot for Sean. 13th best free thrower in the league, 89%. Very solid, as you saw Sunday. 21 points to go with 7 boards and 6 assists, and he gets the scoring underway tonight. First change the Larry Brown starting lineup has seen this regular season. Sutton rather than Johnson at the point. Fans wanted steps on Petrovic. Takes it, misses in the corner. Rebound comes off to Elliott. The Spurs will try to run. New Jersey not much defensively. 24th in points allowed, 27th, and dead last in opposing field goal percentage as Cummings nails it to make it 3-0. Mills posting on TC at the other end. Not close, off the glass. Robinson's rebound taken away by Blaylock. Jumper missed by Mookie, down to Anderson. And another steal, already a couple for Blaylock, the NCAA record holder in steals per game. Rejection comes off to Bowie. Two very young live wire point guards, Blaylock and Sutton. Bowie, nice feed. Blaylock couldn't finish it. And they won't get any easier shots than that tonight. Elliott and Robinson on the offensive glass. Powers it up on Bowie, 5-0.
You really see the difference of what David Robinson does with an offensive rebound and what a guy like Sam Bowie did. He dribbled it out to the corner. Robinson took it right back up to the basket.
Morris on the give to Mills. Rejection. Robinson. Mills trying to keep it alive. Back up, and he'll go to the line. A minute 44 scoreless so far for New Jersey. And the first Spurs foul of the night on the rookie Sutton. Terry Mills already the property of 3 different NBA teams. First of all, the #1 pick of Milwaukee, immediately sent to Denver for Dan Shays. Midway last year to New Jersey for Cadillac Anderson. He played all of 1 game in the net uniform. And the Nets finally on the board. It will be interesting to see how Sutton approaches his job as a starter as opposed to the frenetic pace he sets himself off the bench. Robinson with 4.
It's going to be a big difference for him. He's got to do some thinking out there, and he's got to manage the other 9 guys on the court.
Petrovic lob in, Bowie gets the hook. Running start to the fast break for Willie Anderson. This is 4-on-2. Nets need some help. Not quickly enough for Chris Morris, who puts Robinson on the line.
That's Willie Anderson's second really nice pass as he sets up a play. Draws the defense right here. He's nursing a real bad ankle. He's all taped up. Dishes the ball to Robinson. He tries to get that to go.
Good luck, Willie.
But it's fairly easy once you get it iced down. I think what Willie's doing is playing with an ankle that's taped up severely. I don't know how fluid he's going to be. It's one of the more fluid players you'll ever see.
20-plus rebounds, both games against New Jersey last year, and of course he had Sunday night in Portland, 20 rebounds to go with 25 points and 9 blocks. That close to a triple-double. 5 career 20-rebound games for David, 2 against New Jersey. Anderson the rebound. New Jersey 0 for their first 8 from the field, and they get another takeaway. Mills ahead to Petrovic, and at 9:22 of the period, their first field goal. have forced 3 Spur turnovers, all on steals. 2 by Blaylock.
Rebound, 50, rebound.
Here's isolate Cummings, low block. Working on the youngster Mills. And knocking down the 8-footer. TC for his first 2.
Mills got some pretty good help from Mookie Blaylock, but it just wasn't big enough to do anything about that jump shot.
Bowie at the high post. Easy rebound, Robinson. Spurs going to get a lot of running chances. Nifty move behind the glass, behind the back for Anderson. Sutton missed it off the glass. And Blaylock will lose it to Robinson in the backcourt. The lean in off the window. Good, really on the board. It is 12-3. And Bill Fitch trying to get Drazen Petrovic's attention for a timeout. All too typical a start for this New Jersey team on the road. Tonight's Old Spice flashback feature honoring Clyde Drexler. We flash back to Sunday night. Drexler with a near career game. 48 points, 17 of 28 from the field, off balance. And from long range, he had 3 3-pointers in Portland's victory over the Spurs. Did it on the defensive end as well. 12-3 Spurs here. 8:15 first quarter. Petrovic, a natural spot for Fitch to go to after a timeout. He can't put it down. Morris another steal. Mills rejected, but they call offensive foul, and Fitch up to howl about that.
Offensive foul is called on number 5, Terry Mills.
Well, I'm sure Coach Fitch was looking at somebody else's body on that play. It looked like that was a pretty good block, pretty good charge.
Got to give the Nets a hand for their aggressiveness defensively. 4 steals in the first 4 minutes of the game. Elliott almost lost it. Nice save. Off Cummings. Saved it, but out of bounds. Spurs will apply the full court pressure. It was 4th in the league coming in, both scoring and defensively. 110 points scored per game, 99 allowed. First in opponent's field goal percentage, only 42%. Steal Robinson as he was falling out. And they can go up by 11. TC. Nicely done. Nice rhythm established across the paint. 14-3. Blaylock looked for Petrovic off the double screen. Bowie instead with a lob underneath to Morris. And again, the Nets not sure where they want to go. They get themselves off the same page in the half-court set as they check our Amalie team leaders, brought to you by Amalie Oil. Better than it has to be. Robinson, as usual, from the field. Elliott, 13th in the NBA. From the line and leading in three-point shooting percentage. Petrovic to Mills, too late. Shot clock had gone off. And Kobe, the Nets half-court offense very, very disorganized.
Well, they really made a nice play right there. Just ran out of time. They seem to be getting some shots. They haven't knocked any in. They don't have anybody, any cohesiveness, to use the word you use.
Alley-oop almost went in.
Went over the basket.
Petrovic fouled. That'll be 2 on Sutton.
But it seems like whoever's taking the shot, somebody else is just watching. And they've made some defensive plays as the Spurs try to get into their fast break. They've made some steals, but they don't seem to be going to the basket as a group, getting some guys going back on defense and some guys going to the basket. There's all those little extra hard work kind of things that make the difference, especially when you're not shooting the ball well.
And they're not even from the line as Avery Johnson, for the first time this year, off the bench after the second foul on Sutton. Only 1 of 3 from the line. This is an 89% free throw shooter. Petrovic, who hits his 3rd point. 1 for 12 shooting from the field for New Jersey. 6 of 8 shooting from the field for the Spurs. Anderson tried to go backdoor. He was held by Drazen Petrovic. third New Jersey team foul. What we're talking about here should be cured by a point guard, and that's what they hope Kenny Anderson will be able to do. Come in, orchestrate, take charge.
Well, if you've got a guy out there on the court that can just go by everybody, it makes it that much more difficult for everybody else defensively, because you have to be aware of a guy like Kenny Anderson.
Anderson for the Spurs, unable to score on the clear out, and Mills kicks to Blaylock. Petrovic faking the three. Blaylock got AJF off his feet, elevates in the paint, got his own board. Now Petrovic for the three. And a running start on the fast break for Johnson. Ahead to Sean Elliott. What a defensive play by Morris to knock that one out of bounds and avoid the foul.
This is the second interesting defensive play as he stole a pass right here. He anticipates where Sean's going with the ball, reaches around him and makes a nice block.
Plays like that and all the steals show they've got some athletic ability on this team. But they are 1 of 14. Ball away, Robinson, nothing but net, 7 for the Admiral. And the new biggest lead of the game is 12.
But the Nets have played a lot of close games. They just haven't had anybody that can finish for them. It's a problem a lot of teams have. Then they get down against teams, and it makes it that much easier for a team like San Antonio to play against them. You shoot better. You don't feel much pressure when you're playing against a team like that.
Kenny Anderson ready to check in as Willie Anderson misfires. And Bowie controls. 2-on-2 break. Petrovic looks for help. Gets it. Morris off Bowie. Open shot. Falls for Blaylock. His first. Well, everything you're talking about would be solved by a veteran Kenny Anderson. A tough job for a rookie Kenny Anderson, but as talented as he is, you think he will grow into the job by the end of the year?
Well, he had all the contract problems. It didn't get into a training camp. Everything that is happening to him right now is new and unfamiliar. But everything that everybody says about this kid is he is special. And when you're that kind of special, there's no telling how good he could get. Or how long it could take.
As the kennel gets into a full throat, we'll get a timeout. 4:57 to go. The Spurs dominated first quarter. 15-8 Spurs. And after the timeout, Kenny Anderson on, along with Chris Dudley for New Jersey.
They're going to play Blaylock right here. You see Willie Anderson trying to post up Mickey Blaylock.
It's tied up.
Bill Fitch going with both of his point guards.
Spurs with Carr for Terry Cummings.
And there's Mookie Blaylock telling Kenny Anderson which way to go.
Well, that may change, but not too much more time. Robinson took, followed, jam, Sean Elliott.
Well, it just seemed like Sean got up there and just hung there for a second and got control of the ball and got it in the basket.
8 for 14 for the Spurs. 3 for 16 for the Nets. Chris Dudley guarded tightly by Carr. Robinson pressuring Bowie. Shot clock at 8. Nets not close to a shot. 5 on the shot clock. Morris has to save. Out it goes to Blaylock just in time. Long two-pointer for Mookie Blaylock. Blaylock and Anderson together, 2 top 12 picks. Anderson, of course, second in this year's draft, and Elliott throws it away.
Well, that first time down the court, Kenny Anderson got his jersey stretched just a little bit there by Avery Johnson as he tried to go back door. Avery just held on to him. Anderson wasn't able to get back and get control of the basketball.
Dudley throws it away. Carr tied on him. Dudley, not a guy you fear doing you much damage on the dribble. And he'll go to work on Dudley at the other end. Around and out. Elliott again assaulting the offensive glass. Really down to the Admiral. The hook is on tonight. 9 on 4 for 5 shooting.
And Willie Anderson's just doing a great job finding people in this first quarter.
Three-pointer Morris, 7 for 17 from three-point land this year. Very talented, but inconsistent in his first 4 years. Antoine Carr from up high. Robinson, offensive board, back up, counted, three-point opportunity. As the Nets lobby for traveling.
There's a jump shot from the top of the key by Antoine Carr. High rebound. David Robinson just goes up over the top. Sam Bowie is every bit of 7-1. He's going over the top of him.
Tom Garrett for Willie Anderson.
Tom Garrett's been nursing a very sore toe. It's a difficult injury to get over unless you just took a week off. Tom Garrett feels like he doesn't have a week to take off right now.
You won't get a week until right around New Year. It could be much worse by then. Bowie early on looking to pass much more than shoot. Good move to get Robinson off his feet that time, and that is David's first, team's third. All Spurs fans can stop by any of the 7 San Antonio iMasters locations and use your Spurs pocket schedule in the iMasters Ultimate Christmas Gift Sweepstakes. Just fill out the entry form and include any Spurs game after the 25th of December you'd like to see. If you win and select the Spurs home game, you get 2 courtside seats, arena club passes, and limo service to and from. If the winner selects a road game, iMasters and the Spurs give you airfare for 2 to that city. Provide 2 tickets to the game and lodging for 2 nights. A lot of other nice prizes. No purchase necessary. Get a better look at iMasters. First 2 points of the night for Bowie. New Jersey down by as many as 12 within 8 here. 2:35 to go, first quarter. They double-teamed the Admiral, and he tried to slip one down underneath to Garrett and the Spurs. Only problem, really, this quarter's turnovers. They've made 8. Morris misses on the drive. Better job by the Nets getting back against the break. Robinson, the trailer. Out to a wide-open Carr. And make it 9 turnovers. This is an offensive foul, and that is 2 on Robinson.
I think they caught Dave going down the lane against Bowie, trying to establish position. He felt like he hooked him. He might get another chance to see it. But it's Dave losing the handle. I guess we don't really see the foul. He's off the ball.
Sidney Green replacing Robinson. Anderson will let Bowie work on the smaller man. Give back. New York City playground shot, and they almost fell for Kenny Anderson. That will be team foul 4 on the Spurs. Avery Johnson's first. And Kenny Anderson, who missed all of training camp, first week of the regular season, now starting to get a little roll going. 8 straight games in double figures. Bill Fitch not yet starting in there.
He's an unbelievably gifted athlete. The concern amongst NBA people is whether he has the size and strength. The Tim Hardaway kind of strength and ability to get where he wants to go, just go through people who are trying to hold him. I mean, the kind of thing that Sean Elliott took 2 years to develop.
18-footer for Carr. And the barking commences. A minute and a half, first quarter. Anderson, there are smaller in terms of sheer inches. There are smaller point guards. He's 6'1", so he's no Spud Webb. But 168. And they hope that he's a tiny Archibald type who utilizes the open space and makes his slender body an advantage rather than a disadvantage.
Well, if he turns out at least as good as Tiny Archibald, he'll be fabulous.
He'll have a nice career. Doug Bushler in for Sean Elliott.
Well, I don't think there's a high enough standard for what Ken Wilson wants to accomplish.
Well, he better be good because he was taken 2 spots before Dikembe Mutombo, early favorite for Rookie of the Year. 6 for Blaylock, halfway to his average. Nets hanging close within 6. Haven't beaten a winning team yet this year, 0-7. Garrett's misfire voted by Bowie. Morris flashing past Garrett. That's the mismatch. 5 for Morris. 4-point game as we go to the last minute of the quarter. And the quick pull up for Green. immediately turns, looks at Larry Brown, who shakes his head and smiles. Luckily for Sidney, he did smile as he was shaking his head. It had better go if you're going to pick one from there that early in the offense. Well, Avery Johnson, who did not start tonight, has 3 fouls off the bench. And Greg Sutton's already on the bench with 2 fouls. And very well hamper Larry Brown, except for the fact that Paul Pressey is now active. And he will get his first duty since November 6th, coming off the injured list where he nursed a broken finger, replacing Johnson. Sean Higgins, if you are not yet aware, on the injured list with back spasms. That's barrel for the tap in. Out of bounds off of Bowie. And the Spurs get it with 40.6 seconds.
Looked like Paul Mahalik was flipping his own personal coin there on that call.
Technical foul, very quietly assessed to Bill Fitch.
Technical foul call.
Paul Mahalik already across midcourt. Fitch, the pitcher calm.
He knew I was coming. Whatever he said, he knew it was the right thing. He's been around long enough to know what to say.
But Carr unable to convert the tee. He planned it. He executed it.
Perfect execution.
Just as planned. .30 seconds in the quarter. Green low post. Try to hit Bushler. Dudley got in the middle. And a loose ball foul on Bushler. Spurs have 2 problems this quarter. They've turned it over 10 times. They average 17 per game. And they have way too many fouls for 1 quarter. 8 total, including 3 on Johnson and 2 each on Robinson and Sutton. Bushler replaced Elliott, who's getting retaped. No problem. He's fine. But here's Bowie.
It looked like there was a time going down the court when Sean was limping just a little bit. He may have rolled his ankle over and he wants a tighter tape job.
Bowie now a 7-year pro, 3rd year with New Jersey. .18 to shoot. And a 3-second differential. Spurs lead cut from 12 to 4. Green, nice aggressive drive right past Bowie and Dudley. Just lowered his head and plowed right through. Delay of game warning for the Spurs. Nets will work for the final shot of the quarter. And a chance for Anderson to operate behind Bowie's screen. Pick and roll. Bowie rejected by Carr. And the Nets sure have time for one more shot.
3.3 seconds.
We just got a little glimpse of the kind of thing Kenny Anderson can do. Sort of a no-look, one-handed pass into Sam Bowie. Sam just wasn't able to do much with it. Got the shot blocked.
Anderson at the end of the first quarter. The Spurs 29 and the New Jersey Nets 23. Robinson 12 points, 4 boards, 2 blocks, but 2 fouls. And the turnover problem, the only thing that kept New Jersey as close as 6 points. The injured list now including, as we said, Sean Higgins on the left with a bad back, and all season long Tony Massenberg, the 2nd-year man from Maryland, has been there. Good that they can laugh about their woes. And we go to the second quarter with the Spurs on top by 6. Raphael Addison begins this period, back up forward from Syracuse in the matchup with Judd Bushler. Petrovic back in. Anderson at the point, leans inside and is goaltended by Carr. Count it. First field goal for Kenny Anderson.
We saw the end of this play. The thing that made it was a great up fake that got Garrick off of his feet. He got up under it and got the shot off.
Carr over Dudley. And Bushler will be called for over the back of Allison. So that makes 4 Spurs already with at least 2 fouls. Well, Kenny Anderson, of course, signed at the expense of Judd Bushler's job, and Dave Feigl also waived to make room salary-wise for Kenny Anderson. They have since re-signed Feigl. They wanted to re-sign Bushler, but the Spurs claimed him off waivers before he cleared, and New Jersey had a chance to do so. Addison's three-pointer rebounded by Green. Ahead on the break, Bushler. Addison had him cut off. Green fakes, and Garrick spotted Bushler just a hair late. Addison with the tip away. And, of course, the loss of Bushler means more time for Addison. Garrick got free with a massive Sidney Green hit. Garrick with his first 2. With 4-inch advantage over Green. But just not strong enough to back him down too far, and he misses the turnaround. Bushler will start the break. He had Green all the way underneath. Instead, to Paul Cressy in his first 2 since November 6th, and it's 33-25. Every guard Larry Brown has tonight either hurting or in foul trouble. Addison over Bushler. And of course, first day off the injury list, you wouldn't think he'd want to play Cressy all that long. He missed this drive. Willie Anderson ready to come back in. Anderson to Petrovic. He got hammered by Judd Bushler. And now Bushler with 3 fouls along with Avery Johnson's 3.
We got a chance right there to see Kenny Anderson in the transition game, getting the ball into the middle. He creates the shot for the guy running on the right wing. Takes it a little bit to his left, dishes it, makes that shot happen. That's what great point guards in the transition do, is they draw the defense and make the shot much easier rather than just pulling up at the free throw line and passing it and letting the guy with the ball make his own play.
Spurs by 6. Garrick tried to get the wraparound pass to Carr, and another Spurs foul. They call Garrick for the offensive foul, his first. Well, with the whistles, Kobe now becoming the key factor in this game.
Well, this is what Larry Brown. What makes you worry about playing a team like the Nets is that you let them hang around, things happen, foul trouble. And now that they have a guy like Anderson, no telling when the night's going to be when he just figures out he can take over one of these things.
Addison returning the favor with the foul for New Jersey. Our next HSE telecast comes away 7:30 Saturday. Sean Kemp now back active with the Seattle Supersonics. We get to see one of the top slam dunkers in the NBA, second in dunks last year. In fact, only behind David Robinson. Good seats left for that game. Hope you can join us at the arena or at 7:30 on HSE. Petrovic in transition. If New Jersey could hit anything, would have the lead in this game. And a transition foul on Kenny Anderson, his first. I mean, just mediocre shooting. They're right on the Spurs tail. Instead, they are 9 of 30 for 30%. And Cummings returns, replacing Carr. Even shooting 30%, they trailed by 4. 8:50 in the half. Spurs 58%. Cummings way short, out of bounds off Green.
I'm not sure if this is the youngest team in the league. It's one of the youngest teams by far, the New Jersey Nets. They played last night in Houston. One of the elements where a little experience counts, where you've been in this building before. A lot of nights you can play better the second night than you do the first. Whether you can play the whole game, sometimes you leave one floor and you just come right out ready to play the next night, as opposed to a team who sits around and don't have to go to practice. but they have not shot the ball well in this first half.
Addison hearing the cat calls on bone night of all nights. His air ball allows Brown a chance to get Sutton back in. We're scoreless the last 2 minutes, and the lead holding at 4. Also back in Sean Elliott. Cummings will work on Mills. Just tries to overpower him. Green for the put back. And we'll go to the line. On the NBA, on the heels of his 48-point performance against the Spurs Sunday, Clyde Drexler with 30 more in Milwaukee last night, or against Milwaukee last night, and a near triple-double of Michael Jordan against the Clippers in the Bulls' 10th straight win. A moderate output, 23 points, 10 boards. Robinson back in, immediately fires and misses. And the Spurs now scoreless for about the last 2.5 minutes. Anderson kicked it away.
Defensive help there by David Robinson, who doesn't just sit back there and hope to make a block. He gets his body into that lane where Kenny Anderson is trying to get to. And just the presence of the Admiral sitting there, he took it off his leg.
Elliott over Dudley. Now the Spurs getting New Jersey disease from outside. And Mills saved by Petrovic. It went out of bounds off of Petrovic after the first touched Sutton's leg. And the Spurs call time.
It looks like Petrovic is already out of bounds. That should have been the next ball because it went off Sutton. Petrovic already being out of bounds.
After the timeout, Greg Sutton for 3. He has had a three-pointer in each of the last 4 games, and over that span plus tonight, 4 of 6. For the year, 6 of 14. He's 6th in the league in three-point production. Dudley, something happens to him when he gets near that foul line. An invisible shield over the rim, and his rhythm, which is shaky to begin with, just completely collapses. Anderson on the run and off the glass. And the Spurs finally get some points. It had been over 3.5 minutes since their last points. They go up 35-29. Dudley against Robinson. What do you call that shot?
Like, why did you throw it into me?
Sutton hits the bottom of the backboard, gets called for the charge, and now he has 3. Both Johnson and Sutton at the point, saddled in foul trouble.
Well, here's Sutton taking it right in at Petrovic, trying to get Petrovic quite a bit taller. Ends up with the offensive charge.
Back comes Garrett. Back to the bench, Sutton. Not a memorable starting debut. He is scoreless, as also is Avery Johnson. They combined for 6 fouls between them. And Brown probably with Garrick and Pressey the rest of this half at the point. On the turnaround, 9 points for Petrovic. New Jersey still hanging right in there within 4. Anderson in the paint. Now the Spurs missing some very makeable shots. Cummings returns it outside. And a good strong drive by TC. Dudley made a miss. Mills with the board throws it right to Kobe Dietrich, who was open at midcourt. Unable to come up with the ball.
That's why I'm sitting here, Dave.
You had your day, but it's not today.
Not today, no.
Right here it was. Very catchable ball. Kobe now hearing the cat calls.
Always the same.
Under 5.5 minutes. They throw the double team at Robinson quickly around the horn. And the Nets rotate accordingly. Jump hook. Good, but it won't count. Traveling. 15 Spur turnovers.
Here's David with a good cut into the lane against Dudley. Dudley plays a good position, realizes that David Robinson is left-handed, plays that position, and forces David to travel.
Well, the Nets doing a good job forcing the Spurs to ugly it up right with them. Hardly an artistic success tonight. Mills fouled on the baseline. That'll be Cummings first. He's one of the few Spurs with no foul trouble to worry about. Saturday at 11:30, HSE brings you live SEC football. Carl Pickens and the Tennessee Volunteers battle Vanderbilt in one last game before the Fiesta Bowl for Tennessee. The Commodores and the Vols Saturday on the Prime Network, game of the week. Under 5 minutes. 2 points in the last 5 minutes for the Spurs. That is all, and Chris Morris returns to make it a 2-point game. Well, Kobe, Larry Brown, against any opponent struggling as much as New Jersey, he had to be worried about playing down to their level. That is exactly what the Spurs are doing. Robinson draws the foul. Took him forever, but he finally got the whistle.
Well, it gets kind of ugly. There's a lot of fouls. The officials, all of a sudden, they go, well, New Jersey's really in here scrapping. We'll give them that call.
So the officials are drawn down to their level, too.
Oh, absolutely.
We're not painting a very hopeful picture for the rest of the night. HEB Hustle Board, look at the steals already for New Jersey. One thing you can't fault is their defensive aggressiveness.
One of the things the Spurs have going for them all the time is that they're able to adjust. They come out of the locker room really tough in second half. And even if it was close, I think you'd have to go with the Spurs in terms of experience and winning.
Well, something almost unnoticed as it happened Sunday. David set a new club record for rebounding in one quarter when he pulled down 9 in the fourth quarter in Portland. In his fifth 20-rebound game of his career. Petrovich out and back in. And the rebound down to Elliott. 3 Nets in the backcourt. Spurs with a 2-man advantage on the break. Garrett from outside. Not fair. Robinson can't get the follow. Tapped finally by Cummings.
Took a while, but they finally got that offensive rebound in the basket. David Robinson was just overpowering Dudley on the rope.
Morris shooting in bad luck. Mills. Second tap goes. Do they credit Dudley or Mills? It will be Mills. First field goal, third point, back to a 3-point game. Cummings. Oh, what a backdoor feed, and Garrett unable to do anything with it. And then Robinson and Dudley tangled up. The foul, a loose ball foul, will go against Tom Garrett. His second, and now the Spur point guards between them have 8 fouls. And if you're Gary, you got to convert as nice a pass as you just got from Terry Cummings. That should be automatic too. Petrovich. Everyone's convinced he's walking tonight. Hasn't been called yet. Another steal for Blaylock. And the 20-footer not there. Willie Anderson will win the battle. If New Jersey could do anything with all these steals, that's another way they should be ahead. All alone, Cummings. Spurs as cold as New Jersey's been now most of the night. And another steal. That is 9 first-half steals. Morris counted with a foul. And this can be a tie game if Chris Morris can finish the 3-point play. First a net timeout with 2:42 in the half. And the Spurs' nightmares coming true here in the first half. They only lead by 1. So look at some of the upcoming Spurs action as Morris completes the 3-point play. He is the first net with double figures. The Spurs within 1 turnover of their per-game average. And we have 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Five on the shot clock for Robinson. Dudley kept his feet well, forced the air ball, and taken down by Terry Mills in a tie game. New Jersey trailed early by 12, and when the Spurs went up by 12, they pretty much stopped playing basketball.
Well, a team that has struggled a lot, when you give them a chance to feel like they're getting things done, it just increases their enthusiasm.
Robinson does something about it, and he'll have a three-point chance.
That man right there doing the right thing generally against David Robinson, playing behind him. In this case, he's just not big enough to play up where David Robinson plays.
And an assist at the other end for Chris Morris. You're tied, you can go up and you take that shot.
Well, it's just decision making. You know, they do have some youngsters on this team.
He's in his 4th year, though. So they got some youngsters. He's not really one of them. And arguably their most important possession of the half, he takes their worst shot of the half. Robinson gets a three-point play at the other end, and it's 41-38. Well, you're right. They've got some guys like Kenny Anderson and Terry Mills, who you can excuse the lack of experience. Robinson wanted the block here, won't get it. That's his 3rd foul. He's the 4th Spur with 3.
Here's David Robinson up by the glass. Looks like he got that one pretty clean. The officials was just, things start to go in the favor of the Nets. They're working real hard and they're starting to get some calls.
Out he goes, back in. Green and also Carr.
Terry Mills has an interesting fall-away free throw style here. He makes it work.
At least he doesn't take lessons from Dudley. He's the diametric opposite of Dudley, who falls forward as he misses his free throw. 41-40 game, 90 seconds in the half. Antoine Carr, big shot. Spurs by 3. We'll visit with highly touted rookie Kenny Anderson at halftime, and his feeling on the circumstances under which he was signed. Lost his final and first day their jobs on the New Jersey bench. Loose ball foul. That is 3 on Dudley. Pitch will move to get Dudley out, and Sam Bowie back in. Dudley got a Yale. His grandfather was ambassador to Denmark under Presidents Ford and Nixon. So Chris found a higher calling, and he's here in the NBA. Sidney Green, not all that many free throw opportunities this year. This is the 11th. He has made 9. And the Spurs battle back from the tie to lead by 5 with a minute 10. Pressing in to guard Petrovic. And the scoop almost goaltended by Carr. He thought better of it.
Very clever play by Drazen Petrovic. He's a guy who's been playing professionally since he was 17 years old in Yugoslavia and Italy.
That's 47. Anderson, nice drive, couldn't finish. Mills with 40 seconds. The Nets have made an awful lot of questionable draft picks and trades, but Petrovic not one of them, and what a feed to Bowie. First field goal for Sam Bowie, 1-point Spurs lead.
It's just a team, 2 passes working together for a layup with Petrovic. It's a great peripheral vision.
Rebound.
13 on the shot clock. Quick shot, Elliott not there. New Jersey can lead at the half. Over the shoulder catch by Morris, and he checks the clock, gets it to Blaylock. Shot clock is turned off. That's time remaining in the half. And it is Blaylock to Bowie with 2.3 seconds. The Nets by 1. Morris with a steal from 45 feet out. He is short. But a rather stunning first half for Larry Brown and the Spurs, who led by 12 early. Looked like they could name their margin, and they find themselves in come-from-behind mode. After 24 minutes of basketball, New Jersey 46-45. Robinson's line, 6 of 11, 16 points, 8 boards, but 5 turnovers and 3 fouls. 4 Spurs with 3 first-half fouls. Also Johnson, Sutton, and Bushler. And the Spurs will open the second half with their starting 5 in full court pressure. Nets likewise with their first foul. And we will see if the Spurs' second-half magic returns tonight, as we've seen it so often in the first 6 home games this year. 2 on the shot clock as Bowie nails his 9th point. New Jersey by 3, their biggest lead.
The Spurs did some switching in the half-court defense that time. Sutton ended up off of Blaylock to Petrovic to Bowie.
Robinson.
As we see Robinson with the follow jam. Sam Bowie not blocking him out.
Ever since Larry Brown pointed out publicly that David Robinson could do a better job going to the boards, he has done so maniacally. Almost another one here. But a block shot as Mills challenged him. And another New Jersey steal. Sutton lost it to Petrovic. Mills had to reverse. Bowie close to goaltender. Boy, from here it looked like it, but a no call, and it was 11 points for Bowie. Brown still screaming at Paul Mahalik for the lack of a whistle. Anderson inside of Petrovic. 6 for Willie.
Willie seems to be moving very well tonight. He hasn't gotten very many shots up.
Mills just powering right down on David Robinson. 7 for John Higgins, former Michigan teammate, the championship team a couple of years ago. Offensive foul. Greg Sutton with 4. Getting a lesson about rookies and whistles, and he'll come out for Johnson.
Man making decisions. I mean, he's when you get to be when you're in the starting lineup and you're not coming off the bench, you try to make something happen. And Greg's learning some lessons right now.
Down deep, another Bowie tackle. Sam Bowie staking out pretty much any offensive rebounding position he wants. And the Nets lead by 5 as a result. Elliott in traffic, counted. And the Spurs need this man to get back involved. He is 2 for 6, 5 points.
If somebody has to get him involved. Here's the guy right here who keeps penetrating, making good passes. Willie Anderson getting everybody up off their feet. Sean with a little bit of off that balance shot off the glass.
Sean over the last 5 games, a big rebounder, 9 boards per game in that span, and boarding well tonight. So often here this first month of the season when the Spurs have needed a spurt, he has ignited it. And they need it to happen again. Down by 2, 9:35 in the third. Bowie cutting to the hoop, in and out, and he gave an elbow to the ribs for Terry Cummings. Very slow getting back up the court. That one counts for Robinson.
Terry Cummings down on one knee at half court. He helped as Robinson switched on the pick and roll at the top of the free throw line extended. He was helping, as the help guy, had Bowie coming right at him. Took a pretty hard shot from a pretty big guy.
This will be a Spur timeout, waiting to see if it's a 20 or a full, as John Anderson and Antoine Carr help TC over to the sideline. Watch Sam Bowie on the drive.
They doubled. Here's the knee to the side of his rib cage, maybe his stomach, from Bowie as he goes off the ground trying to go to the basket there.
Heading to the locker room as we get one more look.
With this David Robinson jump switching. Bowie goes to the basket and gets the ball from Blaylock and takes it right into Terry Cummings.
No three-point play, 54-54. Morris up quick, got Robinson off his feet. And then Anderson off his feet. He's already hurting. And he will pop right back up after his second foul, team's first.
Here's another feed from their point guard Blaylock. The up fake, little pitch, another up fake, really hits the deck.
Not already limited because of fouls and now because of injury. We'll wait to see what the word is on Terry Cummings, but it may very well be Carr and sometimes Green at big forward the rest of the night. 8 for Mills. That's by 1. Remember, they have not won in San Antonio in almost 12 years. February of 80. Last time that happened. Elliott lost it. Scramble, picked up by Blaylock. He has been a steals machine, and Robinson a block machine. He got all of Drazen Petrovic. Elliott baseline, got it.
Well, the Spurs need an offensive fire, and Sean Elliott's that guy for this team. They just got to find him and get him the ball, get him fired up.
Well, kicked out of bounds. New shot clock for New Jersey. 8:28 in the third. What figured to be a walk in the park for the Spurs, anything but. 6-0 at home by an average margin of 18 points per game. Blaylock off the glass. And we go back and forth. Nets by 1. Avery Johnson misfires. Per point guards scoreless so far. Johnson and Sutton. Mills running hook down to Robinson, his 11th board. Another double-double tonight for David. Elliott, nifty drive. 7 of his 10 here in the third.
Little English off that one.
Yeah, when the ball good things happen, as you have so often pointed out. Really way short. Rebound number 12 for Robinson. Carr underneath and traveling. No basket. Turnover number 22.
Well, this is the feed here from Antoine. They caught him for a little bit extra check before he got the ball down on the floor. Sean a little upset with Eddie Middleton.
That is 5 more than the Spurs average per game. That is Petrovic from outside.
Well, we see from the Nets how fun it is to compete. They're in a game. They're all fired up, and they're playing real hard and playing real effectively right now.
They get more confident with each passing minute. Off balance for Morris. Tap for Bowie. Both knocked out. Still New Jersey ball. First, we'll get a Spur timeout. And Larry Brown looking worried with good reason. 6:46 in the third quarter, and the Spurs already have tied their season high with 22 turnovers. They also had 22 in overtime win over Cleveland. A little ways to go before they will threaten the club record. They have had 2 40 turnover games. With any luck at all, we will not be given a feast of quite that many mistakes tonight. Turned around by Morris, rebounded by Carr, and the Spurs can regain the lead.
Larry Brown changed the defense in the huddle. They did not double team as Blaylock came off of Sam Bowie's pick. David Robinson stayed right with Sam Bowie. Decided the other defensive strategy was not working.
8 boards for Bowie. Take away Elliott. Sean challenging Bowie. Lost control of the ball before he could shoot it. I don't know what they call that. It should be a steal for Bowie. Petrovic pulls up, fires, and has 15. And the Nets go up by 3. Well, a halftime speech, whatever it was, should have worn off by now, and it is just a matter of digging down and remembering how you're supposed to play if you're the Spurs.
Well, the Nets got a little taste of success here, and they're playing very well. They're moving the ball, they're penetrating, getting people off their feet.
The easy hook wouldn't fall for Carr, knocked out by Robinson.
Now the trick is, can they keep it up when it gets more tense?
Bushler for Anderson. Made a key point in the first half. They have lost a lot of tight games. They're 2-10, but 3 of those 10 losses were by only 2 points. 6 of the 10 were by 6 or fewer points. So only 4 times have they not been in it in their first 12 games.
One of the things that really helps his team is a guy like Petrovic, Blaylock. They all have some outside game. Morris has some outside game, but they all can take it to the basket pretty good. That really softens the defense if you can make good decisions.
Antoine Carr, nice in, tapped in by David. 22 points, 14 rebounds for David and counting.
And that's just doing some extra work, running the court and following in a missed shot. There's a very dangerous guy right there.
Razin Petrovic
has no conscience about putting it up. And if he gets it going, it's difficult to stop a guy like that because he'll shoot it from anywhere.
Carr trying to pick up the low post slack. Nifty move. 6 points. Spurs within 2. Nets right back down. Bowie tried to feed low. Knocked out near midcourt. Where Petrovic chased it down. And goes to Bowie, the cutter. I don't think they drew it up that way, but they might after tonight. That's 8 of his 15 in the third quarter for Sam Bowie.
That's Bowie's pick again. David switched that time. Bowie went right to the basket and got a good pass.
Elliott baseline. Morris slaps it out of bounds. And Tom Garrett replacing Avery Johnson.
8 seconds on the shot clock.
That's the shot clock. Game clock is 4:05 in the third. And Garrett had to time it perfectly to keep Bowie from rejecting him. And it's a 2-point game again.
Well, Tom really tripped Bowie that time, put it up left-handed with made a nice shot in the lane.
Now they double Petrovic. Off it goes to Mills. He got Carr off his feet. Morris travels. Will Fitch's team has not had to deal with the arena noise all that often. There hasn't been much to make noise about so far tonight. But they're trying to urge the Spurs on now as we get late in the third and they still trail. Elliott with a move on Morris, who again slaps it away. Robinson picks it up, gets the easy basket. We are tied for the third time tonight. 5 lead changes. And Kenny Anderson in for Mookie Blaylock. This definitely their most dangerous backcourt. Petrovic to Bowie.
Just another penetration into the lane as he goes by Tom Garrett and gets David up off of his feet and dishes the ball to Bowie for an easy layup.
They're really looking for Bowie since halftime.
Well, I think David's been so active off of Bowie, they really have to. Because David's bothered so many shots, blocked so many shots, he's been very active defensively. You've got to get David up off of his feet, and that's where Bowie should be somewhere around the basket to be able to pass to.
Elliott drew Bowie's first foul. Timeout Nets. 2:36 in the third. And the Nets still surprisingly in front. Well, the tail's wagging the dog tonight. Nets lead the Spurs by 2. Late third quarter. 2.5 minutes. Garrett to Robinson, who has truly been a tonight. He has 26 points. And no Spur with more than 10 behind him. Petrovic and Bowie have been the show for the Nets, combining for 35. Anderson, rebound Green. And no chance in transition. Garrett off the glass. Oh, they could use another Tom Garrett show.
Well, they really could. That time Tom Garrett went through on the transition on the fast break and got to the weak side. Kenny Anderson lost him on defense, and he was wide open, and Sean Elliott found him with the ball.
20-footer Petrovic as he lands on his back to give him 20 points. Right at his average. Minute 25 in the quarter. Bowie tangled up with Robinson. Bowie's going to lobby this hard because he wants it to be Robinson's fourth. And it is.
Well, Eddie Middleton took a minute. Sam Bowie was giving him a big stare to see which way he was going to go with that call. But Sam felt like he made the good defensive play. Robinson held on to him and got the foul. This for Bill Fitch is a time when he's got his youngsters out here and they're doing a good job on somebody else's court. He's just trying to test them. He's hoping that they can keep it together and continue to make good decisions. The Spurs just continue to try to throw confusing, trapping defenses at them.
Pressey to inbound, 9 on the shot clock, and a minute 10 in the quarter. Well, now they Pressey onto the floor for Bushler. New Jersey ball. They say out of bounds off the Spurs. And it'll be Morris. Bowie screening for Anderson. Good job staying with him. Carr with the block. Garrett in the foot race. And Sean Elliott could not finish. That started the New Jersey break the other way, and Mills lost it out of bounds. Middleton says a Spur touched it, must have been Green. And that almost a 4-point swing when it should have been an easy transition basket for the Spurs.
Well, Sean was trying to put a little bit extra on those 2 points and fire up this crowd. If he'd have got that one to go, it was a huge tomahawk dunk attempt that came off the back iron.
Short for Anderson. Out of bounds, and again, Middleton says New Jersey ball, and I think this time those who differ have an argument. It looks from here as if Morris and not Pressey gets a hand on it. And again, New Jersey can break the tie. Anderson tripped up. That left Petrovic all alone. And this is going to be a rugged fourth quarter. Three-pointer, Pressey, no. Rebound, Carr. And he wanted to go back up strong. Petrovic had a word in Croatian for him, and before anything can get out of hand, Tommy Wood steps in. Foul is Petrovic's third.
Drazen Petrovic is renowned his short career in the league for all the sneaky little pulls and jabs and trips and things that he does. We didn't get a look at what happened to Willie Anderson on the pick at the other end, but here he's grabbing onto Antoine Carr. I mean, he really does a lot of things that are typically European in nature, the kind of things that he's been doing for years. He's in the pro game in Europe.
Anderson had a textbook shot. Petrovic with another three-pointer. That one a good 4 feet behind the line.
Got the attitude of a scorer. Drazen Petrovic, when he gets it going, he doesn't hesitate.
25 points. Oh, Pressey challenges Bowie. That earns free throw. That's going to be on Chris Morris into his fourth. Cressy. It'll be his first trip all year to the line. Brown wants to get Johnson back there. Cressy's third point. Johnson to replace Willie Anderson. As the Spurs will trail heading to the fourth quarter. As unlikely as that may have seemed at 7:30 tonight, that's what's going to happen. Garrett ran out of bounds with the steal. New Jersey ball with 4.5 seconds.
4.5 seconds.
I think one of the things this team has talked about, it looks like, is that Morris has got great speed coming out of the pack, and as he takes off, most everybody on this Nets team has been looking for him. He runs the court extremely well.
Almost a Cressy steal. We'll get it with exactly 1 second left. And that is time enough for a pass, maybe a real quick move, and then the release. See if the Nets try to dive somebody low as Mills will trigger it in. First of all, Middleton's going to walk far enough away from Mills. They'll go for the three. Petrovic at the buzzer. Got it. And on that note, we head to the fourth quarter. Drazen Petrovic single-handedly taking control of this game down the final 3 minutes of the third period. 3 threes in the third, and it's New Jersey by 6. And the Spurs badly outshooting New Jersey, and instead, New Jersey leads 78-72. Key number of this game continues to be turnovers, 24 committed by the Spurs, and points after turnovers, 23-8. A 15-point edge for the Nets. Robinson and Petrovic have been the individual stories without question. And Drazen Petrovic had a 17-point, 3-3-pointer third quarter. He has 28 points. And is trying to pull this thing out by himself as we head to the fourth quarter. Carr will work on Chris Dudley, who sat the entire third period. And Robinson kept it alive. Scramble and a jump ball. One would figure it is a jump ball.
Interesting that time that Larry Brown from the called play went right in and posted up Antoine Carr, got David Robinson on the weak side to go after the offensive rebound.
Well, now they changed their mind. They say foul on Dudley is 4. And remember, Robinson has 4. The cutter, Paul Pressey.
Simple basketball. The give and go. Gave it to David Robinson, went right to the basket. Defensive player didn't pay attention. It's an easy layup. Easy for Paul Pressey.
Larry Brown putting his best defender on Petrovic is Elliott. And Petrovic misfires. Rebound tap Carr to Garrett. They run 3 on 2. Pressey right back to Garrett. And he gambled for a whistle which didn't blow. Loose ball foul. Don't look now. That is 5 on David Robinson. The only thing the Spurs have going tonight, and he's got 5 fouls.
But Dudley does a smart thing. He keeps his body between David Robinson and the basket. David trying to be aggressive, trying to make things happen. Reached over the top for his 5th foul.
In comes Green. There's only a 4-point lead, but it looks huge with Robinson over there on the bench. Terry Cummings will not return. He has been taken to the hospital for x-rays on his left rib cage. They don't think anything is broken, but they're going to be sure. Dudley back up by 6. His first 2. For New Jersey, the team showing all the confidence right now. Steal Blaylock. Foul at midcourt Green.
Just a real clever play by Mookie Blaylock. He looked like he was going to follow his man through on the cut. Instead, he anticipated the swing pass, and he just stepped right into the passing lane and stole it.
Here's something that Green does quite often, the obvious foul, and it's a 2-shot foul. Ed Middleton over to explain it to Brown.
It was sort of a breakaway. Obvious. He reached out and grabbed him with both hands. It's the reason they put this rule into effect. There's Mookie just laying right there in that passing lane, picks the ball off. Sidney just tackles him in half court.
And Blaylock obliges by missing both shots. It's still 80-74. We're needing somebody to step up, and Garrett does. 8 for Garrett. Crowd doing what they can. Elliott needs to shut down Petrovic. Mills fall away over Carr with a rainbow arc rebound. Garrett. Spurs can come within 2. And Carr fakes Mills off his feet. Sidney Green stripped out of bounds off Dudley. A couple of very makeable shots in New Jersey. Still forcing the Spurs to go to the inbounds play. And Garrick forced to give it up by Anderson. Cressy couldn't get it. Sean Elliott won't take no for an answer.
There's the advantage of having Sean guarding Petrovic. Petrovic didn't keep him off the boards, and he made him pay.
Now doing his best to keep the ball away from Petrovic. Carr, clean block, they say. Dudley can't believe it. And it is Garrick for the tie. No wave at all. Offensive goaltending. And a foul.
Tom Garrick seems to play better as things get more frenetic. He's taking the ball to the basket here, hangs on the rim. Sean just can't resist knocking it in.
That is on Mills. It's his 4th. And so Garrick will still get free throws, but it won't be a 3-point play, which could have given the Spurs the lead. As it is, they'll hope to tie if he can hit the next one. Early returns for Cressy. Did a good job settling things down while he was in.
At the same time, it just seems like Tom Garrick, every time he gets into the game, when things get real crazy, he just is getting defensive rebounds. He's getting the ball up the court. Made the shots that he gets.
Out of bounds off Dudley. Antoine Carr. A pesky presence behind Dudley, and he kept him from getting the rebound cleanly. Spurs want time. A much more entertaining, tough game than we bargained for at the outset. That's by 1. Let's again show you what happened in the first half to Terry Cummings as he tried to defend Sam Bowie. Took the knee to the left side of his ribcage, and they have taken him to the hospital for x-rays. We know he won't be back tonight. We don't know anything beyond tonight. But the Nets still leading by 1 as the Spurs play shorthanded with Robinson still benched with 5 fouls. And 9:15 still to go.
And Bill Fitch now out there with both of his point guards. He's got Kenny Anderson back in with Mookie Blaylock.
Resting Petrovic. Left-hander tapped in. Anderson.
Great effort by Willie Anderson. Snaking his way to the basket. Missed the first shot. Just stayed right with it. Knocked it in. Gives the Spurs the lead.
7 unanswered Spur points to go up 81-80. Blaylock. How did that one go? Looked like Elliott had a piece of it when he brought it back. At the other end, Willie.
And that's just lazy. Willie just beat everybody down the court. Garrett with his head up, got the ball down the court to him, and he finished big.
Dudley to work on Carr. With the right hand hook, tap goes. That might have accidentally been tapped by Green. They will give Bowie the nearest net, the basket, and he's got 19 points. Willie, spin move, Carr from the corner. And all of a sudden, the Spurs can't miss. cold in the second and third periods, but that has come to an end. Anderson rebounded by Garrett. Spurs run 3-on-2, and it is Anderson to Green. Bill Fitch will get Drazen Petrovic back up off the bench. You knew he wouldn't wait long with the Spurs run at 13-4. And count it. Here comes Garrett. Jersey forgetting a couple of times in this Spurs run to get back on D.
Well, this is what Bill Fitch's nightmare is this year, is getting competitive and then his team folding. The pressure of being on somebody else's court and crowd getting into it. Spurs are really up in the ante in terms of effort and starting to knock their shots in.
And all this with Robinson on the bench in foul trouble. The most encouraging aspect of all. Greg Sutton back in. He's had a less than memorable starting debut. Scoreless. And now with 5 fouls. Boy, look at the Spurs rebounding advantage. 13 to lead the way for David Robinson. But look at the steals advantage for New Jersey. That has kept them in this game. 25 Spurs turnovers by 3, their high this year. And 21-8 after turnovers in favor of New Jersey. The only possible way they could stay in this game, and that's what they've done. Raylock from Petrovic. They can't buy one unless Dudley jams here. He'll settle for the little flip. 4 points for Dudley, 89-86. Johnson back in for Sutton. Anderson to work on Petrovic. Pull-up shot off. And Dudley clears. That's hoping the Spurs strengthen themselves in that run. And that they can match Spurs run and regain control. Backdoor maneuver rejected by Anderson. Shot clock still going at 3. Blaylock just in time, and he will get his own rebound. Huge break for the Nets on a near shot clock violation. Knocked out by Carr as Robinson returns. Market with 5:36 to play. Back in with 5 fouls. Robinson, 26 points, 13 boards, and will obviously be somewhat limited on the defensive end. Blaylock takes it right in on him and throws right over his outstretched hands to Morris.
So a tough play by Mookie Blaylock when his team really needed a basket. He takes it right into the lane and manages to get off a pass for a layup.
Carr ends the 4-point Jersey run. Carr with 10 as we hit 5 minutes to go. Robinson out to double on Blaylock, who threw it intended for Bowie. Dudley takes it away from Avery Johnson. Shot clock down to 7. And it is Blaylock. Rebound Robinson. And another steal for Blaylock and a foul for Avery Johnson. Now he has 4.
Blaylock with just a heads-up plays. Avery's held up to try to decide what he was going to do with it. And Blaylock just took it away from him.
5th steal of the night by Blaylock. Puts Johnson back on the bench and gets Garrick in. 16 New Jersey steal. That's a pretty good fourth turnover number when you factor traveling and things like that, offensive fouls. But steal, that is phenomenal. Antoine Carr, one of the few Spurs not in foul trouble tonight, just his first. But the team has 5, and the New Jersey total only 2 team fouls. Over to the line, 19 points. Has missed 352 games in his 7-year NBA career. He really had leg troubles coming out of Kentucky, but he missed only 1 game in college. But on 3 separate occasions, broken legs costing him a huge chunk of what should have been the prime of his career. Carr through the double team. Elliott for 3, best in the NBA, but he's missed his last 4. Loose ball chased down by Morris, showing a great speed off the glass. And Garrett, under 4 minutes to go. Robinson with 28.
Doing whatever he wants tonight. You just got to get him the ball.
Get him the ball and hope whistles don't blow. Bowie barely draws iron. Petrovic for the rebound, and Carr with a silly foul along the side. One which you wouldn't think he committed his second foul.
I think after the rebound here, Petrovic just trying to clear it. Doesn't look like a foul at all, but Antoine gets whistled for pushing on that play.
I think he had a pretty good case. Petrovic tonight only 1 of 3 for the year, 89% at the line. The only place he's not been outstanding tonight. He had a net season high 33 last night in Houston. And he is on target to exceed that tonight. Spurs ball up by 2. Robinson and Dudley tangled up. Foul on Dudley. He's 5th, so they both have 5. Only the team's 3rd. The Spurs came in a game behind Houston because of the Rockets' victory over Jersey last night. One of 4 perfect record home teams in the NBA. Only the Spurs and Houston in the West are perfect. Knicks and Cavs in the East. Baseline drive. Earns Elliott free throw. Bowie's second.
We talked about the Spurs' ability to execute their offense in the last part of games. That time looked like the Nets did a pretty good job playing their half-court defense. The Spurs moved around, didn't have much. And then you get a guy like Sean Elliott who's capable of taking the ball to the basket and making something on his own. And he earns himself a couple of free throws, which his team desperately needs.
The Bowie foul total you saw was correct, by the way. He does have 4. And the lead is 4. Petrovic and Bowie in the 2-man game. Anderson tried to tie him up, and they forced traveling. That's only the 10th New Jersey turnover, compared to 26 by the Spurs. But it comes at an awful time for Fitch in the Nets. Only 2:45 to play. Spurs again get it in Elliott's hands. Robinson cut off by Bowie. Elliott fouled, and the Spurs have the bonus. And Morris has 5 fouls. have no idea what the spread was in this game. It had to be somewhere in double figures. But for those who are interested in those type things, there's going to be a lot of money lost on this game. New Jersey, a much more competitive game than almost anyone would have expected. But again, you got to go back to the fact that they're in most of their losses. They're only 2-10, but 6 of those 10 losses by 6 or fewer points.
And the Spurs have let some people hang around in this building this year and have been able to pull the games out.
$15 for Sean. Spurs by 5. Early on, they led by 12, and if you thought that would be a trend, you thought differently after a while. New Jersey led at the half and at the end of 3. Laylock's reverse, not there. Rebound almost one-handed to Robinson. Carr picks it up. Anderson to Garrick in the middle. Now Elliott. And that would have been huge. It would have made for a 7-point Spurs lead as we go under 2 minutes. Petrovic wants the three-pointer. Here comes Garrick again. Crowded by Petrovic. And Elliott hears Brown signal timeout. Spurs have 2 more full timeouts. Nets have 3 plus their 20 as we head to the stretch. In a much better game than anybody had a right to expect tonight. No purchase is necessary. Well, 1:44 to go. 96-91 Spurs. It has been like pulling teeth tonight. Canine teeth, I guess, in keeping with the theme of the evening. But they are in position to close it out. And a big possession here. 15 on the shot clock as Anderson will trigger it inbounds. Laylock and not Kenny Anderson in charge at the New Jersey point. Guarding Garrett. Robinson double. Anderson to Carr with 4 on the shot clock. It's Robinson for the fall away, and that might be enough as David hits 30. Inside it goes to Bowie, and Robinson got the clean block. Bowie can't believe it. He thought Robinson fouled out on that one. Got to admire David's guts for trying it and carrying it off rather than picking up his 6th foul. Open Garrick. Laylock lost Tom Garrick, and the Spurs go up by 9 as Garrick is slow getting up. And you got to figure that is the big toe, which was already sore. He had sprained his left big toe several games ago.
Here's just a really quick pass as Garrick backdoors Petrovic here. And it looks like he came down on his toe again. It looked like he was more mad about it than it actually hurt, because I think he knows it just aggravates the problem.
Tonight's Old Milwaukee player of the game, without much question, is number 50. David Robinson with a 30-point night. And throughout the game has been the one consistent offensive threat that the Spurs could go to. 30 points for David. He is our Old Milwaukee player of the game. Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light. It doesn't get any better than this. 1:01 to play, up 9. Larry Brown just trying to avoid anything silly from here on out. And no doubt making them aware of Petrovic's three-point shooting. Around the league, Boston beats Orlando. The Lakers win in Miami. Not such an automatic win anymore. Cleveland by 10 at home over Philadelphia. Pistons by 9 over Atlanta. Minnesota by 9 over Denver. And in the 4th quarter in Dallas, Pacers tied with the Mavericks. Charlotte by 4 at Utah. That would be a major surprise if it holds. Probably won't. Phoenix blowing away Sacramento by 30 at halftime. Petrovic already with 3 3-pointers this half alone. And that may be their only way to make it tight again. They also get off their bench Doug Lee, free agent rookie from Purdue, who has played in the CBA in France and in Israel last year, along with Laylock, Morris, and Bowie, and the Spurs get Bushler in for Cobb. So as much outside shooting as Fitch can muster as he trails by 9, under 1 minute. And the Nets surround the three-point arc. They'll go deep to Bowie. Not a high percentage two-point shot. Morris with the rebound. Petrovic's three is good.
Morris with a really athletic offensive rebound and kicked it right out to the guy who can hit the three.
And then they don't guard Elliott, and he can get all 3 points right back. Some defensive lapses in this fourth quarter by New Jersey.
I think Sean just recognizing that the Nets are thinking that the Spurs may sit on the ball. He just takes it right to the basket. Nobody picks him up. Nobody comes to help. Takes it all the way in.
That's the third almost uncontested basket the Spurs have had, as they have come from 80 to 74 down early in the fourth quarter. That's called time with 36.3 seconds. And the Spurs should be home through the 9-point lead at 103.
Makes this, that's probably, I mean, I think we didn't see a whole lot from Kenny Anderson tonight for exactly the same reason. It's a tough job.
Again, the Spurs ready to defend against the three-pointers, and even Bowie was out there. Robinson reached in and tied him up.
David just super quick, just a step away from the ball, and he just steps in and takes it away and ties him up. Anticipating the pass, something David Robinson's doing this year more than in the last 2 years. He's beginning to read these guys in the league.
And Kobe reads Tom Garrick as he comes right in on our last. Great catch. That makes up for your drop in the first half. Three-pointer Morris. It's not over. 103-97. 22.3 seconds.
Garrick being a little more serious coming at us than the ball.
Well, Bill Fish has got to wonder, will this be his last trip to the Alamo City?
Well, it's Fritz Massman. We'll get a little glimpse of him as he, there's Fritzy right there. The only NBA trainer that's in the Trainers Hall of Fame. The trainer that guy
There's a
behind
Trainer Hall of Fame or an NBA Hall of Fame?
The Trainer Hall of Fame.
And he's the only guy in there?
Fritz Massman.
There's a Hall of Fame of one.
For trainers. No. He's the only NBA basketball.
Okay,
he's the only basketball trainer in that Hall of Fame.
I thought we really had a show.
The first and only. It's just a great guy. He always had his kids working around the Nets for years. Ball boys as they grew older. Always had a great hard-working family. Was always around the Nets organization. He's been a terrific guy for basketball for years. His last trip into San Antonio.
Yeah, that we know. Nets call their next to last full timeout with 20 seconds to play, down by 7. It is not impossible. Robinson, the only better dunker in terms of volume than Sean Kemp last year in the entire league. Inbounds, will Bowie take the three? David gives it to him and wishes he didn't. This is not over. 104-100. 3 3-pointers keeping the Nets in it. Blaylock wrapping up Sean Elliott. And the Nets will hope he misses one of two. Even if he hits two, they're 2 3-pointers away from overtime. If he misses, they're 2 3-pointers away from possible victory in regulation. The unthinkable.
Well, I think the Nets are going to go away from this game talking like the Spurs did in Portland and Los Angeles. We gave them a game. We stayed with it. We had a chance to win. And I think they're going to feel real good about this game tonight.
That one means New Jersey would need at least 1 3. If he hits this, they would need 2 in the final 15 seconds. 106-100. Lee out to Blaylock, and almost Anderson with 6 seconds. Spurs will play keep away. Elliott with 2 seconds with 1, and it is finally in the books. A hard-fought W. But it is a win, and the Spurs remain perfect at Hemisphere Arena. Our final score before another sold-out house of 16,057, 106-100 Spurs over New Jersey. And we will return in a moment.